Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Omo Godwin, and today we are going to learn a very interesting topic. We'll be talking about athletics. Yep. And under athletics, we'll be discussing on the subject relay race. Have you heard of relay race before? Have you seen these in your sporting event? Okay. Does it bring any memories to you? Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about it. So, before we look into it, I would like you to pay close attention to what we said here today. They're very, very important. And I promise it's going to be interesting and fun all the way. Remember, we learn and we have fun. So, let's get to it, people, shall we? Yep. Now, first, we're going to define our terms. What is a relay race? What's relay race? Now, relay race is an event in athletics that is made up of four athletes in a team. Now, we have four athletes in a team running a set distance with a baton. Someone is asking, what's really a baton? There's a baton, like that thing that some people are going to call it stick, but it's not really stick. Okay, now, so relay race is an event in athletics that is made up of four athletes. So people that participate in that race, they call them athletes in a team. So one team comprises of four athletes. They run a set distance. They don't just run like the normal race. Okay, so they run using a baton. Now, you may be wondering then, what is a team? A team is comprised of, in relay race, a team is comprised of the first leg, the second leg, the third leg, and you're waiting for me to say the fourth leg. No, we call it the anchor athletes. Now, so a team in a team of relay race, you have four athletes. Each of these athletes they have different races they're going to run. So we have the person taking the first leg, second leg, third, and the anchor leg. Anchor leg is usually the last. And so many people say, oh, the last relay race runner, a lot is on his shoulder. Also, you may want to say the first. So that's a team. A team is made up of four athletes. And these are their various positions, first, second, third, and the anchor. Now we have teamwork. If you can do it alone, definitely you don't need a team. But guess what? I don't think anybody can do it alone. Not even Usain Bolt. He can't do it alone. So we all need people around us to make this work. So types of relay race. There are different types of relay race. We have, for example, the 4 by 100 meter relay race. Now, in this race, each of the four athletes they run. They run 100 meters. And what do they do after that? They hand over the baton, just like this. Watch here. You see, he's running and he hands over the baton. Yep. In a 4 by 100 meter race, the baton is handed over to the next runner. And remember, it is just 100 meter they are going to run. Now, the baton is changed or handed over 3 times at the change over zone. There's a place you are expected to change. Can you see people here? Okay, that's the changeover zone before the race is ended. So you make sure, pardon me, you make sure you change the baton rather, you change the baton, you hand over the baton before the end of the race. That's one. We have 4 by 100, we are looking at 4 by 200 meter race. Now, in this race also, we have four runners and each run 200 meters. And they also hand over the baton. This baton is very important. You need to hand it over. So the baton is equally exchanged where? The changeover zone. And this is done 3 times. How many times? 3 times. So a total of 800 meters is covered by the team. Because this is 4 by 200 meter race. So it is done. Also, the changing of the baton is done in the change zone, and these guys take the race for like 3 times. All right. Then we move to the next one, 4 by 4. We call it 400 meter, 4 by 400 meters. Now, this race also involves 4 runners. Each runner runs 400 meters before handing over the baton. Like I see this, it's just going higher. 100 meter to 100 meter. Now we have 4. Oh my word. Really? You're going to run 400-meter relay race? You are going, each runner will run 400. That's a lot of it to take, isn't it? Yep, it is. Okay, so but after that, they hand over the baton to the next athlete. And at the end of it, how many races did they run in all? They ran 1,600 meters by each team. You know, this guy here is a very good icon in relay race. He is a sprinter. That's Usain Bolt. It was them sometimes as the fastest man in the world. Yeah. All right. So in 4x400-meter race, we have four runners. They change the baton and the changeover zone, and they each run how many meter race? 400-meter race. Good. There's also what we refer to as the medley relay race. The medley, the word medley means is like a mix of various kind of race. Okay. Now, this is a combination of sprints. We have sprints. You know what sprint is? Just it's a single race. Sprint. We have middle distance races. Okay. So we have combination. I told you the word medley means combination, comprises more than one. So we have like sprint race and the middle distance race. In this relay race, runners run different distances. Yeah, they run different distances. The baton is equally used through the race. All right, so and a total of 1,600 meters is also covered. Now, there's something very important for us to note here. You can see the baton over here. And this is the baton. Yep. So in all relay races, from the first runner to the anchor leg, the same baton must be used throughout. You cannot bring a baton from your house and say, oh, sorry, coach, I have a better baton that we can use, and let me put it in my pocket. No. It's the same baton. We use the same baton. All right, so now there's something you need to know. When the baton drops, I've seen people when the baton drops, they just start crying. Oh, I've lost it. Oh. And people be like, hey, Uche, no, come on, you can do it. Now, this is the rule. When the baton drops, the runner can pick it and continue the race. Now, I like the word can. It is allowed, it's an ability. You should embrace it. Come on. I mean, if someone had made a mistake just like this one here and dropped the baton, the next thing you do is quickly pick up the baton and continue your race. Or some other person will just sit and cry and suck it in and they make the whole team lose. Do you want your team to lose? No. So there are some skills in relay races that we know. We have to learn the baton grip. The baton grip firmly, you need to hold the grip very well. One. With your last three fingers, you hold it very well. And the person passing the beat, you also know how to pass it very well. Now, one, baton grip. The next one is the takeoff. The first runner will squat behind the start line. Look at it here. One is getting ready. Two is getting three, and poof, it's taking off. While the baton is gripped firmly, I must be behind the start line. It then takes off at the command of what? Go! And start running. You sweat it out. Okay, that's another one we need to learn. Now the non-visual takeoff change, or changeover. In this type of takeoff, the receiver does not look back, but stretch out his hands behind him and let the palm facing upward, okay, for the incoming runner to place the baton. Now we have that here. This is it. He is not looking back. He's just stretching for his hand. All right, so that is what we have for today. Do I have a sprinter in the house already? Someone is ready to run and make relay race interesting. All right, so what is relay race before we run it up? Can you tell me what relay race is? All right, can you list the types of relay races that we have? Can you mention 3 skills in relay race? Good. Nice job. Bravo. Excellent. Now, thank you so much for listening. Expect your quiz assessment as a follow-up to this lesson. My name remains Mr. Omo Godwin, and from here, I'd like to say bye-bye.